Everybody, Quinn Kennedy here. I'm back. It's been a week that I missed a video, and because I was busy with homework and setting up my wheelchair. But I thought that it would be a good opportunity to talk about a factor that has played a huge part of my college experience, perfectionism. And it's the reason that I missed my video, I feel like, and I just thought, I need to fix it, so I want to make a video about it. So, what I didn't know is that doing research for this video that there are two different types of perfectionists. There's a maladaptive perfectionist, and then there's an adaptive perfectionist. And after reading the criteria for both of them, I think I'm more of a maladaptive perfectionist, which is another word for like a negative perfectionist. And the traits of a maladaptive perfectionist is that inflexibly high standards, often beyond what is expected. That's definitely me. I always push myself to the ultimate limits and try to push it further than that. And the next trait is fear of failure. And that's definitely me. I mean, I would say that isn't me, but to be honest, it is kind of me. I do fear failing. And not because, like, I'm afraid that people will stop loving me or whatever. It's just that I feel like I never did my best. Like, there's never that satisfaction when I succeed. Even though I do pretty well, I still don't feel that euphoric feeling of success. And I think I fear, like, being, I guess, just not living up to my expectations. And personally, my self-esteem is kind of contingent on my performance in my work or in school. I don't know why. But that's just a trait of some perfectionists. And there's also a focus on avoiding error. That's me. I think I focus less on the actual work and more about whether I'm making mistakes or not. I know I'm that way in screenwriting. I write the story, but after it I notice that sometimes I have plot holes in it. And sometimes I overlook the quality of the actual story and focus on whether the narrative is coherent or not, instead of focusing on whether the story is actually good or if I'm even enjoying it. And I do enjoy it, I still do. But you know, I could enjoy it more since I've been out of the game for so long with school. And the next trait is a sense of self-worth dependent on performance. As I just said, that's true. That's really true. It's like some people naturally have good self-esteem that is unbreakable pretty much, except with certain circumstances. And then there are some people that feel like they have to earn self-esteem. They don't have it naturally. They have to earn it by getting achievements or, you know, getting that affirmation from other people. And again, I don't want to say that's me, but really, it's me in a nutshell. Yeah, I don't know why, it's just my personality actually. And associated with procrastination is the next one, but that's not me. I don't procrastinate. I try to get everything done as soon as I can. And that's a trait of the adaptive perfectionism, which is kind of good. I guess I'm like a mixture of the two. And the final trait of maladaptive perfection is a black and white way of thinking, perfection versus failure. And that is definitely me 100%. There is no in between with me. It's like there's either exceptional or not good at all. And that's how I've been moving around my entire college career. It's like If I don't get a perfect grade on literally any assignment, I feel like I failed. Even though I still get an A in the class, I still feel like I failed. And it's kind of an unproductive way of handling it, but that's just how I've always been. And being a maladaptive perfectionist is pretty bad. It can lead to all kinds of issues like depression or eating disorders, and even in severe cases, you can commit suicide. Now, I'm not even that bad. I'm not that bad. I mean, I'm borderline bad, but not like that bad where I feel like my life is over. I just get kind of frustrated, or I get self-doubt in me and all that stuff. And that's about the extent of my perfectionist outlook. And now I want to talk about the adaptive perfectionist because it's really what I feel like I want to become. And the first trait is standards modified in accordance with situations. And that's definitely what I need to get to, is I have to adapt to standards according to the situation. Instead of going for unrealistic expectations, I need to go with standards that are humanly possible. And I definitely will try to work on that. And the second one is high standards matched to person's limitations and strengths. And that's something I really need to focus on. Because sometimes I have goals that I know aren't really possible for me, or any human being actually. And, it's just like, when you get in that mindset, it's like you're torturing yourself because you have an unattainable goal, and the actualization that you can't ever achieve it can make you feel down. Or you can just accept it and realize that you're human and you can't be perfect 24/7, because that's just not how humans work. And for the longest time, I always said that I needed to do it, but I never actually did it. But hopefully after this video, I'll be able to try to implement that more. And the next trait is striving for success. I feel like I do that now, even though it's not a productive way of striving to success. I feel like that's my goal I want to get to, is success. The only problem is that my standard of success is not really doable. I need to have a more realistic outlook on success, like what it means and everything. So I have to work on that as well. And a sense of self-independence of performance. I think that means that you're acting out on your own volition. You're not trying to do it for other forces like self-esteem or business success. You're just doing it because you want to do well in that for the sake of you and not for any other external force, which is what I need to do also. And the next one is timely completion of tasks. I do that. I'm always early when I turn work in, but I do it because I'm so neurotic about getting the work in on time that I can't stop until it's finished. And I'll tell you the extent of that. My very first video, the one that's only a little past a minute, I spent maybe 30 takes, which is about hours, just perfecting that 1 minute video. And I've been getting better at that now. Now it only takes maybe 2-3 takes to do these vlogs. But man, when I first started, oh boy, it was never perfect. I had to make sure that I spoke very clearly and succinct, and I was never really happy with it. But I've been trying to get better on that with these vlogs and make it more casual because it takes the fun out of it if I worry about it being 100% perfect. And the last thing is balanced thinking, which means that there are gray areas and basically, your mindset is altered according to whatever situation instead of the strict black and white thinking. Like, basically you're saying that I did good for what I had. Like, you can accept that you did good for what you had, and, as long as you do your best, it's okay. Instead of being perfect or failure, which is what I'm at right now. So, I need to work on that as well. And if you're a perfectionist watching this, you're probably gonna look at those and go, hey, that sounds like me, or that's me in the nutshell, and there are other people like this. Like, it's a personality trait, and it can be fixed with therapy. Basically, it's just a bunch of exercises that show you how irrational your thinking is, or how unrealistic your expectations are, which I might need, but just researching it allowed me to reevaluate myself just researching it and discussing it. It's been therapeutic in a way, because I was able to see it from a different point of view instead of my own. That's can be single-minded occasionally. But, I think that's all I wanted to talk about, was to just use it as a therapeutic session, and maybe, hopefully, it could help some of you with, if you have the same issues. And on the fun part, there's a test that you can take to show what kind of perfection that you have. And I'm going to include it in the post when I post it, and you can fill it out and see what kind of perfectionist you are, if you fit the bill, if you have some free time or whatever. So thank you for watching. This has been Quinn Kennedy, rolling out. See you next time.